Hello and welcome to the video. This is Annabelle's mock test. In this video you will see tips and tricks that will help you understand how the test is performed and things to look out for on your driving test. So if you're watching this video for the first time, let's grab a cup of tea, maybe some biscuits, sit back and relax, and I'll talk you through all of the points that are mentioned in the video as it progresses. Let's get straight into it.
When we get to the end of the road, turn left.
At the top of the screen you'll notice we've got minor faults and major faults recorded. These will be tallied up at the end. Remember, in the UK, on the UK driving test, you're not allowed to get more than 15 minor faults. If you get 16 faults, this does mean a fail. And unfortunately you're not allowed to get any major faults as well. This would also mean a fail straight away. So we'll keep an eye on that at the top. You'll hear the buzzer go off if she gets something wrong, and I'll explain a little bit about it as well. We're also going to be speeding up the video if there's moments where nothing's really happening, just to keep it short and sweet so you're not having to sit through a whole mock test, which lasts around 35 to 40 minutes.
At the roundabout, turn right, third exit, signposted Town Centre, Hasland.
So we're straight into the mock test. First roundabout done. This second roundabout, Annabelle does a really good job here, slowing the vehicle down, making sure that she has a good look to the visibility to the right, because it's a pretty bad roundabout. People do come very quickly across it. Now, I did actually have a little word with Annabelle at the beginning of the test just to get into those mirrors a little bit more. So you can see here she starts to engage with that, and she does some nice checks to exit the roundabout, which is great to see. And then it's just a case of keeping the mirror checks going throughout.
So I'm going to ask you one of the show me tell me questions, okay, while we're driving down
Please
here.
don't ask me a show me tell me question.
Show me how you would check the horns working properly.
Press it.
Go, yeah, go for it.
Do I have to?
Don't do it now because there's this woman with the dog. Obviously you're going to do it at a time that feels like it's not going to like scare anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe once you come around this corner and there's, you know, we've passed that junction possibly. All right. Obviously there's a person in the road there, so we're not going to do it now. It's got to feel like it's in an area that won't concern anybody. Okay. So don't do it now, but when you feel like you're at that point, feel free to press the horn for me. I'll remind you in a bit, okay?
So later on in the video I do ask the question again, and she presses the horn straight away, and this was my intention initially because they will ask you when it's probably okay to press the horn.
Where are we going on this roundabout?
At the roundabout, turn left, first exit. So I'm just looking for some mirror work here as it's slowing. Let you see that, yeah? If you see me looking at you, that's the prompts to do your mirrors, isn't it, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not really just focusing on the road.
Yeah.
So that is a common answer, that, you know, you're focusing ahead more, but remember what happens behind you is really important. If you're approaching something like this crossing and you look at the guy on the left walking towards it, imagine if you had to stop for that guy. You want to know what's happening behind you. It's really important to keep the mirror checks going throughout your test.
Straight on at the roundabout.
But generally through these roundabouts you can see we've got some good control, and we will be working on things like mirrors going forward in the lessons.
That's it. See, I can see you doing your mirrors a lot more now. Good work.
Yeah.
It's just that feeling, isn't it, of like remembering to get into the swing of it
Yeah.
on a mock test. So good work. Now you're on it. Just keep it going now. Main thing on the actual test is you won't have anyone to remind you, so you've got to just be that little bit more mindful of what you're doing yourself.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of think to yourself, oh, I haven't checked my mirrors for a while. I better start, you know, ramping up on that again. It becomes second nature then, doesn't it? Okay, we're going to take the exit down towards Town Centre, toward Town Centre Mansfield. So to turn off on the left on the bend. And I'd like to find me somewhere to park on the left where you think suitable.
So this part is a great example of why we check the mirrors, because when pulling over here, the vehicle behind was very close to us, and even though we were indicating, we had to give her a little bit more room to react to us, and this was greatly done by Annabelle.
And then I'd like you to move on again when you're ready.
Was I creating that queue?
No, I think you just built up behind us.
So if you check out the centre camera view here, you can see that we're not actually in gear at this moment in time. Annabelle does realise, and she indicates to come back in. She preferred here to start the whole process again, and this wasn't a bad idea, to be fair, because you're delayed slightly in moving off, and you don't want to cause the vehicle approaching behind to catch up with you. She did get a minor fault for this, but this was a good reaction to a fault.
Okay, we're going to come around the corner onto a roundabout. At the roundabout, we're going to go left, first exit. Okay, signposted for Derby.
Entering a slip road.
You're coming on to a 3-lane section. So you haven't got a lane change to do.
Oh, okay, I don't have to enter the slip road.
Yeah. Left, first exit, Derby.
So the first exit?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Derby. That's okay, that wasn't the curb, that was just a drain, okay?
So down here?
Yeah, first exit.
So Derby Road?
Derby Road, yeah.
Oh, I thought your Derby is an actual Derby.
Yeah, it's signposted Derby.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Now, on your driving test, it's okay to be a little bit unsure about the direction you're heading in. So I would encourage you to ask questions if you're not sure. It's better to ask and the examiner give you that information than you assume it's a direction and it isn't actually the intended direction. Going the wrong way on your test doesn't actually cost you a driving test, as long as you go the wrong way correctly.
I feel so scared.
Gives you a real sense, doesn't it, of the test itself. But this is where you just got to trust your instinct, you know what I mean, and just go with what you think is right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what it's all about, isn't it? Learning from this. Okay, so I know it's scary, but you're doing really well. Just keep doing what you're doing. At the traffic lights, we're going to turn right. Okay, this is the main set, not the first set that you'll see, because that's obviously a zebra crossing. All right, not a zebra crossing, a pedestrian crossing. So we're turning right, signposted map lock.
Now you see here what I was talking about actually happens, so trusting your instinct is really important if you look how these traffic lights change.
Oh, can I go? Oh, I don't know, did I just go on a red light? Oh.
Trust your instinct. What did your instinct tell you to do?
Go.
Go, yeah.
Otherwise I'd be in the middle of the road.
Exactly, yeah. Trust your instinct, yeah.
So yeah, a great example there of trusting your instinct initially and not doing anything that's a quick reaction. As the light had already changed, obviously it was absolutely fine to pass through the turn. However, we did pick up a minor fault here for the mirrors on approach. So we need to check mirrors, remember, when we're changing speed or direction. She does a nice check moving off here, which is great to see. And the next roundabout is a tricky one, so let's see how she gets on with that.
At the roundabout up ahead, I'd like you to turn right, third exit, signposted town centre.
Right.
Third exit, town centre.
I don't like this roundabout.
You got it. Take your time.
So you can see here we've got a couple of vehicles coming across the roundabout. These could have acted as a nice block for Annabelle. She didn't quite spot it, but she was trying to get her car set up properly. So I was pretty happy with this, given that the roundabout is a tricky one. And as you can see, as she moves off here, she's got another blocker coming down the hill, which is kind of the same thing, so that's great. As she exits, she does a lovely exit check and a signal, which is really good to see.
I did so bad on that. I hate that roundabout.
So on the driving test, it's important to not assume you've failed for something. Wait until the end for the debrief, because you never know, something like that might have been fine in the eyes of the examiner, but you might have already built it up in your head as a serious fault.
It's not nice, is it? It's a steep one.
Yeah, because I was just rolling back, and I'm not very strong to pull the handbrake off.
Yeah, but you did all right with it. To be fair, you did stop it from rolling back and rolled back a tiny bit. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It is a tough one because it's so steep. We're going to turn left where this white fronted building is on the left hand side here. Okay.
Now this is a classic. We pick up a minor fault on the approach, but this is a really important rule to take note of, as it's the pedestrians have priority at junctions rule.
Stop fully. Yeah.
I'm just letting them go.
Stop fully. Just wait for them to get further across.
Oh.
Yeah. Good.
Could I not have gone then?
You did exactly the right thing, but just stop completely.
Yeah, okay.
Because if you keep moving, what does that make them think you're going to do?
Oh.
Yeah? So you did exactly the right thing. You did do something, though, that you should never do.
What? I shouldn't wave them to go?
Exactly, yeah. You never give people the wave to go. Your action
why?
alone should say that you aren't going to go. But does that mean someone else might not, someone else might go?
But people do it to me all the time.
Yeah.
When I'm a pedestrian.
You do, yeah, but you shouldn't.
Oh.
Because what you're doing is you're waving them across the road into potential danger, aren't you? Let them make their own decision.
Yeah.
You're just going to do what you need to do for yourself.
Yeah.
So you just stopping was the right thing to do. Don't give them the gesture to go.
So coming up here, we have a meeting situation. The white car, as you can see, has just come around the corner and committed to the row of vehicles. So I gave Annabelle a minor fault here for her road position. She definitely could have anticipated this a little bit better, maybe moved to the left a little bit more initially. But she reacted to the white car and she talked about the priority here, and I just mentioned that you don't get priority, you can't take priority, it has to be given, and you should never just try and push through a situation that you're not sure about. And as you can see here, she does the right thing, waits for these vehicles and then moves through a little bit more cautiously and a little bit more calm. So this was the right way to do it.
Don't show me waving, because I will wave into them really weirdly.
Remember, it's all a learning curve, yeah?
Yeah.
That, to be honest, is great content, yeah?
Yeah.
Because you did a really good thing. You actually did a really good thing. You spotted it. I was really pleased that you spotted it. But then you learn from that experience there, and people will learn from your experience as well. So although I know, that it was actually really, really good what you did. Yeah? So think of it as a positive thing as well. All right. Left at the end of the road.
So we had some lovely clutch control here. She just crept really nicely up to the junction, progresses really nicely up this road. Now, something else that will make good progress is you hitting that like button if you found any value in this content. It really does help push the video to people like you that might be wanting to learn how to drive and to see how the driving test is performed in the UK.
Oh no, just one lane.
Now, you might have noticed the buzzer go off there, and that was for the mirror checks on approach to this situation. Remember, check your mirrors whenever you're changing speed or direction.
Okay, we still want that question answered about the horn, so you feel free to give it a go.
So you can see a much quicker reaction to the question there, and there was no one around, so that was great. That's that out the way. Now, unfortunately, down this very long hill, we do have a little bit of an issue with speed.
Just watch your speed. You're at 35 mile an hour there.
So a general rule of thumb is 10% of the speed, but not for a long period of time. So if you do notice you're over the limit, make sure you bring it back down as soon as possible to avoid a serious fault. I let this go for a little while and then I had to intervene, and as you can see, it doesn't stop there.
Again, watch your speed. You're at 34 miles an hour there. What's your speed? You're at 34 mile an hour again.
Oh, I failed.
Just focus on that speed, yeah? It's running away from you 3 times in a row.
Are we 20 now?
At the roundabout, we're going to go straight ahead, signposted Derby, second exit. Okay, straight ahead, Derby, second exit.
So as you can see, it's very easy to pick up speed faults, especially on a long downhill. Now this roundabout, we had a big fault here. The dark car on the right has priority here. There's no blockers. So this would be a major fault for observations at junctions. And this is one of the most common reasons people fail their driving test.
I just thought I could make it. I don't like this. I'm not doing very well.
Don't worry. It's all the process of learning, isn't it? Yeah. When we get to the end of the road, I'd like you to turn right. Again, following signs for Derby.
What did you say, sorry?
Right, Derby.
So the indicator to the right here is potentially for the lane choice, but remember you must cancel it if there are junctions on the right hand side. Also, Annabelle drifts slightly over the centre line, causing the vehicles on the right to change their speed. Now unfortunately this would result in a major fault for lane discipline and a minor fault for signals correctly.
I'm not enjoying this.
I'm just coming very close to this van here. Just push that way a little bit. Don't need to come to the left, you just need to stay on your side. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not very good at that.
What do we call that? When we move left to turn right or right to turn left, can you remember?
No.
Counter turning. Yeah, counter turning. You're moving away from your turn to turn into your turn.
Yeah.
But just stay with your position and then you should be able to turn anyway. Yeah? It's called counter turning. Talk about it later. Straight on at the traffic lights.
Now you'll notice here Annabelle does a mirror check, which is a good thing because the car in front pulled in front of her. Now this reinforces the need for mirror checks because it allows you to react appropriately to the danger in front of you and the danger also behind you. So good reaction, keeping it together there.
The first pupil I can do a beep.
I know.
Beep, beep, beep.
Because everyone's just mean to me. Someone
Well,
just pulls out in front of me.
just
I
life,
mean, I did
isn't it?
pull out in front of someone on the roundabout.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you give and take, don't you, on when you come to driving. At the roundabout, turn left, first exit.
So unfortunately here we pick up another minor fault for mirrors. As you can see, I was looking for those mirror checks quite early on this approach, but she does a nice approach, keeps it moving well. Unfortunately the mirror checks do rack up, so remember, mirror, signal, manoeuvre.
Where are we going now?
I'd like you to pull into the car park on the left, over there. So it's going to be left at this junction, and then I want you to do a forward bay park into any bay of your choice.
So it's really important to remember this is a mock test. Things won't go well on mock test, and that's okay. The most important thing is you learn from mistakes, and also you build confidence in things you know you did right. Maneuvers are tricky as well, and as you can see with this bay park, unfortunately we do pick up our final major fault because we just overshoot the bay a little bit, and Annabelle finds it a little bit tricky to get the car back into the bay. But it was a valiant effort, and she did have another go and managed to do it correctly. So I was really pleased that we are seeing progress, and we will continue to work on these problems, and hopefully Annabelle will be ready for her test when it comes around. So good work, Annabelle. Now what we're going to dive into is the debrief. So if you want to stick around again, there's some valuable information, and also remember, give the video a like if you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.
Okay, that is like, there's certain things you did today that could have been better.
Yeah.
But the whole point is you're learning. You can't, you know, like if you think about someone who's doing guitar lessons, they're not going to be like, you know, Jimi Hendrix, are they, straight away? Yeah. You got to learn from mistakes sometimes. So it's okay to make mistakes. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
All right. So just think of these mistakes as beneficial for you, because you can see them happening in real time. When you watch that video, you'll be like, why wasn't I doing that? Like I saw that, or why didn't I do this? So obviously the test itself then, if we work through, I've got a list here of sort of the order of things in which they happen, but also good and bad. Not always negative, sometimes positive as well. But straight off the bat, we'll mention mirrors, because there were a lot of mirror checks that were missed today.
Yeah.
You sprung into action sometimes with mirrors.
Yeah.
Like when we came off that roundabout there, you were like in your mirrors really well because of that van. But when we were approaching the roundabout and you were turning left, you didn't do your mirror check before you signalled to turn left.
Yeah.
So it's consistency in the mirror checks. Does that make sense? So we need to make sure we check mirrors whenever we change what?
Speed and direction.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a lot, isn't it, when you think about it? That's turning left, turning right, speeding up, slowing down. So there's a couple of, like, obviously mirror signal manoeuvre is like the core thing, isn't it, that you try and focus on. Manoeuvre is anything that is you making an action in the car that's going to change your speed or direction. Okay. So the traffic lights turning right then, when those lights changed, yeah, everything up before that point you did really, really well. So all the way through Hasland, yeah, really good through Hasland, through the mini roundabouts, really good. We pulled up on the left before we did the Hornsbridge roundabout, and you did that perfectly on the left-hand side. The woman behind was really close, but I don't know why, because you were indicating.
Yeah, I indicated really, really early, and she was up my arse.
She was. You were slowing down plenty of time. You know, obviously everything was good there. Pulled up in a really good position to the curb, so that was great. On your set-off then, do you remember the set-off?
Yeah, I did something.
You weren't in gear.
I didn't put it in gear.
So when you asked to, on the driving test, when you asked to pull up and then set off again, take a second. Because you want to go through that routine POM, remember? Preparation, observations and move. So you went straight into almost like moving observations. You kind of didn't take a bit of time to think about the order.
Yeah.
When you then went, hold on a minute, I'm going to pull up, I'm going to start again. Yeah. You actually did it so much better because you took a bit more time. Do you get that, yeah?
Yeah.
But they will, when you pull up, they'll say move on, because they're trying to catch you on the back foot and trying to see how you manage it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just try and really just slow it down, that pace a bit, and just think about what they're expecting you to do. Okay? But I'm pleased that you did sort that out.
Yeah.
So although we did nearly set off with the wrong gear, you did stop and sort it out. Okay? Yeah, so then down, obviously, Hornsbridge roundabout, turn left down Derby Road, and then we turn right at the traffic lights that changed at the best possible time to challenge us. Just as you went into that box, the light changed. And that is, for me, that is like gold, because that was a real good response that you had. Even though you were like not sure, you did go.
Yeah.
You trusted your
I just
instinct.
haven't done a right turn in ages, and I was like, I did just go because I just felt that was right, but then at the same time I was like, have I just like
run a red light?
Light.
So if to run a red light, you would have had to have run it as you were approaching it.
Yeah.
But what had you crossed already?
I'd already crossed the green light,
Yeah, that white line, that line on the floor.
Yeah.
That line is your boundary, isn't it? Once you cross that, you're in the active junction, so you can turn.
Yeah.
So that was great that happened, yeah. So you dealt with that fine. Up the hill then, towards the roundabout. You hate that roundabout. Everybody does, because it's so steep and it's so busy. And we did it twice today. One from one way, one from the other. But
I thought that earlier as well.
The first attempt was better, because you got everything slowed right down. Now you did gear changes very late. That's the one thing I'd say, is when you're up a hill, don't leave gear changes late, because all you're doing is you're making everything late. So it makes it feel at the end very panicky.
Yeah.
You selected gear 2 way late, and then you barely used it, and then you went straight into gear 1, and then you had to go into that balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try and gear down a bit more stretched out down the road. Give yourself more time, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. But you did it okay. You stopped. Yes, we rolled back a bit, but there's not really a lot you can do about that. You can only pull the handbrake on as much as you did. But what you did do, which was great, is you lifted your clutch up to your biting points. That stopped it anyway, didn't it?
Yeah.
So you set up really well, and then you took an opportunity.
I didn't even know if there was any opportunities beforehand, really.
There was.
Confused.
There was a blocker.
Yeah, but I was like trying to balance myself.
Exactly. You're trying to get the car sorted as well as like whether you can go. I appreciate that. So you did the right thing in that you took your time. You couldn't get the handbrake off. Yeah. be careful with that. If you can't get the handbrake off, your opportunity might have gone.
Yeah.
You're lucky though, because there was a blocker that was coming across.
Yeah.
So even though your initial gap had gone, the gap that was then created afterwards was okay.
Yeah.
But be careful, all right? Sometimes you just have to say, I've missed this one, I'm going to go for the next one.
Yeah.
Okay? So that was fine. You went round the roundabout really nicely. You checked the mirrors to the left, exit check to the left, which was fantastic. Done a couple of them really good exit checks today, so that's really good to see. So well done with that. And then we have the pedestrians crossing, which we've already kind of briefly talked about.
Yeah.
But the main thing there was you did exactly the right thing. You saw them coming down the hill. They even stepped out a little bit into the road, and then the woman went, oh, hold on a minute. But you just need to stop completely dead. Just pause completely. Don't trickle forward. Don't creep into the junction, because you're going to potentially worry people and confuse people. Okay. Just hold the car still. Let them get across that road, then turn in. Okay? Yeah. Don't wave them across. Show me how you did the wave again.
I went like this.
It's like...
Well, I just thought they weren't going, and I was like, well, I'm just holding up traffic here.
That's the rule. That's the new rule, isn't it?
People always do it to me when I'm a pedestrian.
Yeah, that's the new rule, though. That's the pedestrian rule now. So they have priority. So you did exactly the right thing. So it's really good. But if you wave people, you do get a serious fault.
Oh, okay.
So that is a serious fault. Okay.
Fail.
All right. So don't worry about that too much, but you learn. So that's what I'm saying. You learn from that experience. That's never happened like that before, has it, really? Like, we have had it before, haven't we? But that was like a proper moment there where you had to think about that. Yeah. You did initially. Your initial thought was good. Okay? So good work with that. Even though it was a fail, you learned a lot from it. Meeting situations then. So we're going down that road a bit further on, and there was a white car coming around the corner. Now, I'll cut out.
It was his fault.
Well, not really, because he's committed to that row of traffic.
Yeah, but it's my right of way.
Yeah, but he's already committed. So what you should have done is moved a bit more to the left, because you were a bit to the right. So when you came around that corner, it was like, oh, there's a white car in front of me.
Honestly, I didn't see him, if I'm being real.
No,
didn't see him.
But two things you could have done there then. Keep more to the left.
Yeah.
Because that would have given you more space. There was room for both of you to get through. And remember, priority, you can't take priority. It's got to be given, hasn't it? So you can't just expect people to stop for you. Because if you were coming round there, you'd already committed to that. Yeah?
Yeah.
You would have had to have, you know what I mean? He would have had to have also let you come through. Yeah? So you can't take priority. It has to be given. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah? But speed limits then. 3 times I had to tell you about that speed limit going down that hill. And that was the only time.
I was just zooming. I just don't know why I was zooming.
That was the only time as well, though. Weirdly. Like, you managed your speed really well most of the time throughout that drive. But for some reason, that speed down that hill, you were on it.
It's because I was getting overwhelmed by all the stuff I just done.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Trying to zoom away.
Yeah, trying to get back, like, please let this end. But yeah, so be careful. It's a big, wide road, and it's a very long downhill. So it leads us in. It makes us feel like we're safe to go faster, which, to be honest, that road is probably okay to do faster, but it's not. It is a 30 limit, so you have to do 30, all right? Little bit on the lane discipline then, when we were coming down to the roundabout, going back across to Derby.
Yeah.
The line on the left, you just started to get very close to that line on the left.
Yeah.
Okay, so watch that. And then when we went down onto the roundabout, is where you picked up another serious fault, because that car did come out from the right, you realised. Now he zoomed out from the right.
Yeah, did he honk me?
He didn't honk you, no, but he kind of wheel spun a bit as he set off.
Yeah.
So he was probably just rushing because he couldn't get out, because there wasn't many opportunities for him as well. But obviously you should have stopped there. You saw him, didn't you? You knew the timing wasn't going to be right, so you should have stopped.
I know, and I just went. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it, why we do these things, but just have that moment where you think, there's no rush. You're not in a rush, at all, okay? So you could have stopped there, no problem. And then a little bit further down where I said don't counter turn, we had the lorry next to us, and you kept drifting towards the line on the left because you were turning to the right. So this is what we call counter turning. Coming to the left to turn to the right. Try not to do it. So it can happen both ways, so you could move to the right to turn left. Try not to do it there as well. Yeah, just be mindful of your lane discipline, okay? And then the final thing, the Bay Park, valiant effort there. You nearly were in. I think you were in,
I just didn't know how to correct. So I just did it again.
Yeah. So the main thing was you corrected it the second time you were in the bay.
Yeah.
But what you started to slip away on was observations. That was the problem. Like as soon as you start to worry about where you're positioning,
Yeah.
you drop off your observations. But that's more important because you
Yeah.
corrected the fault, but because you didn't look round as you were like moving backwards a couple of times, you know, when you were thinking about correcting it, yeah?
Yeah.
That's more likely to be a serious fault.
Okay, so
So-
I've got 3 serious faults in
Yeah,
the mock
so-
test.
Yeah, so
Jeez.
you need to be mindful of, keep observations going on manoeuvres,
Yeah.
even if the control isn't correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was a very good effort, and this is the thing with these mock tests, they aren't easy, but they are preparation to take you in the right direction to get you to test.
Yeah.
All right, so you can be pretty happy with that, even though it wasn't a pass. All right, you can be
Yeah.
happy with it. All right.
So there we have it, Annabelle's mock test. It was a tough one for her, but again, you learn by your mistakes. So it's really important to take all of these notes on the chin and just basically crack on for the next one and improve on those faults, which obviously we will be working on up to her driving test. So really good effort, Annabelle. Well done. We'll get it next time. And if you did enjoy the video and you got any value, don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel for future videos, tips and tricks on how to pass your test. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.